Cindy,
what kind of bird is that?
Cindy, you're on video. You got to finish the story.
Oh, well, yeah, but I'm telling you the story, so we have to turn the camera around.
No. Wait, I want to see you tell the story. That's so much better.
Then I want to put my clothes back on.
I want to hear what happened to the cat.
Well, I was trying to relate it to what you said about telling people about the fair, the fairs in Columbus, and so where were we in the story?
Well, because you just reached in and touched the cat, and you were like, you reached in to get your clothes, and the cat was on top of the dryer.
Right, the cat was in the dryer and had been in the dryer for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
She was alive. So I have my hand on the cat. I reach in to get my clothes, and I feel the cat, and I'm like, oh, this cannot be good. So I'm calling my mother, and it just starts out kind of like a mom, and my mother is upstairs, and I'm down in the basement in the laundry room. Mom, and then she's like, what's the matter? You know how my mother is, or she's just like really busy, and so she comes downstairs, and I'm like, the cat is in the dryer, and she's like, the cat's always in the dryer. The cat likes to sleep on nights. And no, the cat was in the dryer. She was in it when it was on, and now she's here lying on top of the clothes. And my mom's like, oh my God, is she breathing? And I said, yes. So we took her out, and she's kind of like dizzy.
Yeah.
So, and she's meowing, and she looks rather put out and discombobulated. So she has her ears are singed. So she has like hair that's off of her ears because her ears actually got kind of burnt. And so my dad comes downstairs, and he's just standing there in the doorway kind of assessing the situation. And my mom's like, well, Jim, what do you think we should do? And my dad says, well, I think we should put her back in and spin her the other way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that was kind of my kind of like, oh, thank you. That's very helpful, and that makes us all feel better about putting the cat in the dryer.
Well, Cindy, we actually...
But she ended up being okay, but for a long time she didn't have control of her tail. So her tail just dragged behind her when she walked. You know how cats are very expressive with their tails. And when she would clean herself, she would clean her tail, and it would come up in her mouth because she didn't have any muscular control where she could hold it down on the floor so she could lick it.
Yeah.
So then she'd lick it again, and it'd come up in her mouth, and she'd give it that look where, if she could have, she would have been flicking her tail. When they get pissed off, they do that. They flick their tails. And she'd put her paw down on her tail, and then she'd lick it real fast, like, God damn it. But she finally ended up being okay. That cat certainly had 9 lives. I'll tell you the story another time about the time that she swallowed a needle. And the time she got hit by a car. Yes. So there were many. That cat had many lives. Sincerely, it did.
Well, Cindy, we have now transitioned from the canoe to philosophy from the deck.
Yes.
You realize that?
Yes. Actually, it's more kind of like a porch because it has a roof.
Well, that's true.
Would a deck necessarily be roofless?
It wouldn't have to be. Ours is just
What's
covered.
the difference between a porch and a deck, anyway? There's some philosophy for you right there. What is the difference?
The porch is usually on the front of the house. The deck is usually on the back of the house.
But there's such a thing as the back porch.
Yeah.
So is the porch usually concrete?
It can be.
Is that the difference?
It can be. It can be. But I gotta tell you something.
When we were in Grand, we had side porch and a front porch.
Yes, but I guess it depends on how your house is built, I mean, ours has a back porch, ours has a back deck and a front porch, right?
Well, but I'm saying to you, what is the, oh, what qualifies the distinction between a deck and a porch? This is what I want to know. You're not helping me out here with this.
Inquiring
You're just
minds
like,
want to know.
no, you're just looking at me because I have my bathing suit on, and you're not really going along
Who, me?
with. You're not really going along with the
wouldn't do
idea of our YouTube channel. You're not honoring the brains part of it right now.
I'm
You're
honoring
just,
the bikini part of it.
well, the bikini gets enough attention.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Stand up for a second. Let me see that bikini. Let me just see it.
Oh, honey, why? Why do I need to stand up? See,
Because,
here I am in my bikini once again.
Yes. It's
And
perfect.
I'm cold, but my husband doesn't care because he wants to see me in my bikini.
Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
Lots of people wouldn't. No,
All
lots of
right,
people
I
would.
have my faults, I admit it.
it's not a fault, honey. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You're toying with me. You're like a cat. You're like a cat with a mouse.
See,
Did
and
you ever
that's how
see?
we bring it full circle. See, we're coming back to the cat
Did
again.
you ever see a
See?
cat with a mouse? They don't just kill the mouse and eat it. No, they play with it. They bat it around
Hey,
and
wait
they
a
let the
minute.
mouse think,
I-
oh yeah, I'm gonna get away, and then they bat it around some more, and it's like,
Now, wait a minute. Are you implying that I'm going to eat you?
no.
Is that where this is going?
Hey,
Hey.
this is a PG rated channel right here.
Oh,
this is
no,
not-
we were
this is-
talking in a fairy tale sense, you know.
Oh, like a big bad wolf kind of thing.
Yeah, that's all. No.
Well, you know all about fairy tales, right? Those are all about, coming of age and sex and,
You better watch about what
you know.
what's coming about, honey? I'm sorry. Yeah. Now you brought it up.
Oh, the innuendo is just so rich here. Where do I begin? Where do I begin?
All I know is it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon on the back deck, and it couldn't be any nicer. It couldn't be any better. Absolutely couldn't be.
It could be. It could be.
Well,
We could be eating hot fudge sundaes
Ooh.
without any worry of caloric backlash,
yeah.
and that would be even better.
That you're right. Now there you go. I can't top that.
We could be
I
enjoying having our butler cook our steak on the grill.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
And
wouldn't
serve
it?
us, and that could be better.
Honey, I think you married the wrong guy.
No,
I
no, because you cook steak, you cook everything for me, honey.
I know, but I don't have a butler for you.
You
I'm
made my
sorry.
eggs this
I
morning.
am your butler. No, I'm not your butler. I'm your husband.
You are my husband, and you're just the sexiest and sweetest and kindest and funniest
So
husband
you'll
that you
excuse
could
me
be.
for not having the butler right on hand.
Well, yes, because you cook for me. You cook for me all the time. You serve me. You on the weekends you make my breakfast for me.
Well, of course. I mean, you deserve it. You know, I like to do it. I like to do things for you.
I know. I like to do things for you too.
And that's
So
why
we
you're-
don't really need a butler. That wouldn't
You're
make
right.
things better.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a little fantasy, but then again, it's nice to have our privacy. A butler, it's kind of like, then what do you do with them after the steaks are done?
You send them
Okay,
away.
you can go home now.
Yeah.
Bye.
You send them away.
Oh, but I live here, Mom. Oh yeah, that's right. You're a butler. You live with us. Great.
We send him away. He's done. His job is over. He's
Well,
outta
in the
here.
fantasy, we can do that. He can be here when we need him, and then he
Right.
can just be gone when we don't need him to be here anymore, right?
Right.
That's a terrible thing. That sounds very entitled.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that person. I don't like the person I am in that fantasy.
Well,
Let's just scratch that and forget
okay.
about that. I don't
We'll
like
forget
that.
about that. So you could just have your arms gotten longer since we've been sitting here? Because I think I think your arms are kind of long.
No, honey.
I don't know. Put them up
God
over your head. Let me see
knows.
how tall they get.
God knows they could not be
Oh
any
my
longer.
God.
They're
Yes,
so
they are.
long that
Yeah.
it's actually weird. They're
I don't
actually
think so.
disproportionate.
They're not. No, that's all in your mind.
My daughter, you
There's
know,
nothing wrong with
you know
your
those Bitmoji things that you make, those cartoons you make of yourself?
Yeah.
So we were adjusting our Bitmojis yesterday when I went to visit her because we were trying to help each other decide about each other's face shape, etc.
Uh-huh.
And she said, we're trying on different outfits, okay? Because all of the outfits on Bitmoji.
Bitmoji.
That's a whole
Wow.
nother idea
Ooh.
for an app right
I-
there.
Now, let's not let this Freudian slips get
But
in
all
there,
of the
honey.
outfits
let's not-
on Bitmoji are they're
You're-
hideous. But anyway, so I'm trying on different outfits, and Tia says to me, "Mom, what's the matter with your arms and that Bitmoji? Look
What?
at them; they almost go down to your knees." And I'm like, "Tia, look, they do almost go down to my knees. Come on."
Well, you know, some people may say that, but I have no complaints.
Well,
No.
some people, yeah.
None whatsoever.
Well, I don't live for other people. I'm just
No.
gonna be me. I can't make my arms any shorter.
Please
I mean,
don't.
they
Please
they are what they
Please.
are.
Please don't.
You know, my long arms and my
They-
manly hands.
Oh, yeah,
Remember
right.
that whole thing?
Oh, yeah. No. You're
To
hands-
clue everyone in, there was a comment made on one of my bikini pictures in one of the many groups that we belong to about how I had that I had hands like an NBA player. But it's
Yeah,
kind of
no.
like, well,
Sorry.
my hands are I can't do anything about it.
Well, listen, when
they
you're,
are how they are.
When you're 5'8", you're tall, you're long, and you have long hands.
That's just how I'm made. That's just how it is.
Thank God for that.
So I'll just hide it.
Thank
Or
God
the
for
guy who
that.
said that I needed to have less wrinkles so I could
Oh.
be more presentable. It's like,
yeah.
no, these aren't wrinkles. See, these are like, you know, these are muscles. These
Yes.
these are not wrinkles. There
They're
are
not.
no wrinkles here.
They're not. No.
You know,
You have-
there are some here, not a lot, but I
No.
mean, I don't think I'm unpresentable. But it's like, how
No, those are muscles.
how rude.
Those are muscles right there.
He posted up a retching face
Yeah.
on our. It was like, what is it? You know, if you see stuff you don't like, scroll by.
He doesn't recognize, you know,
I see
women
things.
that have muscles. That's all.
Well, I think that, and this is not to be un-PC, but I think because of his culture, he likes women with a little more meat. So maybe,
The more round type.
yeah, just a little more rounder and smoother in a way. Yeah.
He's not used to a woman with some muscles, some triceps, biceps.
That reminds me, when we were at Tia's last night, we were watching that Eliza, whatever her name is. She's so cute. But she was talking about how women all have a certain body part that they like to kind of present, you know, to let the guy know that, you know, they're interested. And she's like, yeah, like, you know, like, let's say if you have a really great forearms, and so you're like all night long you're just kind of like this, you know, like, oh, see, you know, oh, my forearm, you know. It's kind of funny. Those are
I
pretty.
personally like the bicep. That's what I like.
You like the bicep?
Yeah, I like it.
I kind of like
when you give me that.
I kind of
flex.
like the tricep too, though. I like.
Yeah, well, you've been
I
working
like,
hard on
I
that.
like that, and I like the.
Yeah, you're getting your traps.
I like.
You know, you
Let's try to.
see if you gotta push back. So there you go.
Oh no, I like the traps too. 'Cause
Yeah.
Those are pretty great.
I
It's
agree.
amazing when you look and you catch a sight of yourself like out of the corner of your eye in the mirror, and you're like, what is that? Oh wow, I have muscles in my chest. Look at that. Look, I actually do. They're like right here. So yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, this is
honey.
kind of
Trust me.
astounding.
I'm telling you, you have nothing to worry about. You're about as feminine as they get.
Yeah, well, I have to keep working though.
you're right.
That's where all the
We all-
beach. That's where the beach body comes in. That's where the Shakeology comes in. That's where
true.
the mindset comes in. The attitude
That's true.
of
But you don't get abs without that kind of work.
well,
You know,
no,
that cup
yeah,
that you
but
got right there.
yeah, but a lot of it. Oh, we've talked about that before. A lot of it is nutrition. I would say it's about 20 or 25% of the exercise that you do, and the rest of it is what you eat. What you eat and what you drink, especially. If you're drinking a lot of alcohol, you're drinking a lot of beer,
You ain't
you
getting
can
it.
say goodbye to your abs. You're not going to see them for
Yeah.
a while.
But you don't do that.
I mean, everyone has abs. Everyone has muscles in there. You can't stand up if you don't have muscles in your core.
Yeah, but when you stand up, look at the cup that you get. See?
Yeah, I'm not going to stand up though.
No,
I'm comfortable.
you're comfortable. All
Yeah,
right. Okay.
pretty
Well,
much.
I think
Well, I finished the story, but that was not how it was supposed to be finished, because you were supposed to be in the catbird seat, so I could put you on the spot. And so
And I'll
now
let
I've
you-
talked for 12 minutes
Yeah.
straight about
Uh,
pretty much absolutely nothing.
That's right. And I'll let you do that the next time.
Do what the next time?
Put me in the catbird seat. I like that.
Yeah, we'll see. It always ends up, I always have to go first, so it's like, oh well, here come the rapids. Sorry, honey. Like, what the heck?
Well, you're such a good sport. Anyway, I guess we got to get to our yard work, don't we?
Well, either that or there's probably some stuff inside we could do. We could do some letters, honey.
Oh God, that's exciting. That's exciting.
We could go rummage around in the treat cupboard and eat a whole bunch of stuff we'll regret later.
I know. Yeah, you know I would love to do that.
We got
Boy,
some
I
of
would be-
those cashew clusters and
I'd be sorry later.
chocolate covered almonds
Oh
and
God, please.
what else
don't
do we
go
have?
on, no.
chocolate covered coconut chips, coconut everything,
Coconut everything.
dried bananas.
Mm.
Oh, those are chocolate covered bananas.
Oh, I know. Please.
Let me correct myself.
Well, I think it's time for us to.
Maybe we should just
So
eat
sort
some
of.
like grapes, or
Alright.
a banana.
Okay, I agree with that.
I'm not talking about your banana, honey.
All right.
All right.
That was just a innuendo. That
Oh
was
yes,
just a
yes.
double entendre.
Oh well, our conversation is rife with innuendo. In case you haven't noticed.
Well, very good. I think we'll get on with our work.
with whatever we have to do. Yes.
Right. Well,
Because the plants need to be watered and
They do.
the mums need all the dead heads popped off of them, and there's a whole list of chores, as always.
Well, thank you for this first edition of Philosophy from the Canoe, but it's not. It's from the deck.
Or the porch.
Or the porch.
Depending on what you want to call it.
Bye-bye.